Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? I hope you're all well rested and ready to listen to some stories. This is Miss Nancy reading to you from the Upper Chichester Library in Upper Chichester, Pennsylvania. Now, the first story I thought I would start with is called The Tortoise and the Hare. Now, this is actually an Aesop fable, and it's been adapted and illustrated by Janet Stevens. It's a very old story that is designed to teach us a lesson. So I will begin. It has nice, colorful illustrations as well. The Tortoise and the Hare. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise and a hare, which is another name for a rabbit. Tortoise was friendly and quiet, and he did everything slowly. Hare was flashy and rude, and he did everything very quickly. Hare liked to tease Tortoise about being so slow. When Tortoise ate breakfast, Hare would say, "By the time you finish your last bite, it'll be time for dinner time." When Tortoise worked in his garden, Hare would say, "By the time you pick those spring flowers, it will be winter." One afternoon, Hare followed Tortoise to the store. Hare teased him on the way. "By the time you get there, the store will probably be closed." He said, "You're so slow, I could beat you in a race, hopping backwards on just one paw." Quite sure of himself, isn't he? "But I could never beat you, Hare," said Tortoise. "Oh, yes, you could," said Tortoise's friends. "All you need is a little help." "Then you will race me, Tortoise?" asked Hare. Tortoise pulled his head into his shell. "I don't want to," he said. "Oh, you've got to," said his friends. "You've put up with that nasty Hare long enough. We think you can win." Tortoise didn't want to disappoint his friends, so he finally agreed to race against Hare. Tortoise only had 2.5 weeks to get in shape before the big race. Rooster helped him out at the gym. Raccoon cooked him very healthy meals to make him stronger. Frog went jogging with him every morning. By the day of the race, Tortoise was ready. Sounds like he's getting ready for a marathon, doesn't it? Animals from all over the country came to watch the tortoise and the hare. Rooster read aloud the rules and described the race course. "Attention, everyone! The race will begin when I sound this gong. The 6-mile course is marked by red flags. The first one to reach the finish line wins. Runners, take your march. Get set." And Raccoon sounded the gong. See, all the animals are helping him out. Hare bolted out of sight before Tortoise had taken his first step. The crowd roared and cheered as Tortoise inched forward very slowly, going cautiously, as he always did. And here's a nice picture of the racetrack, you can see. Winds over a stream, curves around, goes past Bear's house. Hare was so far ahead that he decided to stop at Bear's house for something cool to drink and have a conversation with his friend the bear. Okay, and there's Bear preparing something cool for Hare to drink. Hare rested and sipped lemonade. Bear noticed something moving outside the window. "Hare, there goes Tortoise." "What?" yelled Hare, running out of the door. I guess the tortoise is starting to catch up. Hare passed Tortoise for the second time. Then he decided to stop at Mouse's house for a snack. He seems like he's a very hungry and thirsty hare today. Oh, he's sitting there taking his ease, isn't he? As Hare munched on crackers and cheese, Mouse yelled, "Is that Tortoise I see out the window?" "I'm not worried about that slowpoke," said Hare. I've passed him twice already, and I can do it again. So he finished his snack and hopped out of the door. Well, Hare passed Tortoise for a third time. Now he was far ahead. He saw a pond and decided to stop and rest. The snacks had made him feel kind of sleepy. Hare was so sure that he could win, he took a nap in the soft grass. As he closed his eyes, he dreamed of victory. Suddenly, Hare woke up because the crowd was cheering. "Yay, Tortoise!" the crowd roared. Tortoise was 2 steps away from the finish line. "Slow down, you bow-legged reptile!" screamed Hare, and he tried to catch up. But it was too late. Tortoise crossed the line just before the tornado of dust and fur that was Hare flew by Tortoise, who won the race. Hare couldn't believe it. That measly shell on legs had won the race. Tortoise smiled as his friends carried him on their shoulders. He had learned an important lesson. Hard work and perseverance bring reward. In other words, when you have a task to do, doesn't matter how fast you get it done, do it well and stick with it. Now, another story I thought I would read to you is actually based on a true story, and it's called The Bravest Cat. It's a true story of Scarlet, this cat. Some of you probably have cats for pets. I know I had a pet cat for many years, I think about 17 years, before she finally died. But this is a true story. It's written by Laura Driscoll and illustrated by Diane DeSalvo. The Bravest Cat, the true story of Scarlet. Oh, it looks like a fire is happening. This happened in Brooklyn, New York City in 1996. A building is on fire. There are lots of fire engines and lots of firemen. It's a big fire in an old garage. But one thing is lucky. No one lives in the building, so no one would have been injured. Here are all the firemen in their fire coats. Wait, look! What do the firemen see? What do you think they see? Reading the stories about this Scarlet the cat. It is a cat. She runs out of the garage. She's carrying something very small. It is a tiny kitten. You know, cats, mother cats carry their baby cats in their mouths like that, and they have to go from one place to another. The cat puts her kitten in a safe place. Then she runs back into the fire. What is she doing? Well, what do you think she's doing? She might be going back for some more kitties. Soon the cat runs out again with another kitten. She runs in and out 3 more times. The firemen cannot believe their eyes. Now there is a pile of kittens, as you can see. They are tiny and scared. One has burns on his little ears. That would be very scary for a little baby kitten. And the poor mother cat, her burns are really bad. Her eyes are hurt. She cannot even see her kittens. So she touches each kitten with her nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are all there. Very gently, a fireman puts all the cats into a box. He can tell they need a doctor. The fireman takes the cat to the local animal hospital. The cats do not belong to anyone. They are strays. So the doctors give the mother cat a name. They call her Scarlet because of her red burns. There she is with her babies. Soon, lots of people know about Scarlet. Newspapers run stories about how she saved her babies. People want her to be on TV. She is a hero and a star. Everyone hopes that Scarlet will get better, and slowly she does. The kittens are kept in another room so that she can rest. Scarlet cannot take care of them anymore. She was too badly burned. Such a sad story. The people at the hospital give the kittens a lot of love, and they get better too, all except one. The doctors think he was the last kitten to get out of the fire. The smoke hurt his lungs, and a month later he dies. I know that's very sad, but smoke is very deadly in a fire. But the other kittens get new homes. 2 kittens go to the home of a woman. Another 2 go home with a couple in Long Island. That's near New York City. And what about Scarlet? Letters came for her from all over the world, from Canada, Japan, and even Egypt. They had heard about her saving these kittens that far away. So many people want to give her a good home. The people at the hospital read more than 1,000 letters. They try to find the best home possible for Scarlet. At last, they make up their minds. TV and newspaper reporters come to hear the big news. A woman named Karen Willen will care for Scarlet. In her letter, Karen wrote about her own accident. She had a car accident. And like Scarlet, it took a long time for Karen to get better. She knows what Scarlet has been through. Karen also had a cat before, and she loved it a lot. But Karen's cat died just after her car accident. Karen did not want to get another cat unless it was a very special one. And we know that Scarlet is very special. She wanted a very special cat, just like Scarlet. And this is a picture of this young woman and the real cat, Scarlet. I thought that that was a very nice story. You know, not everybody survived the fire, but it talked about the importance of looking out for each other and helping each other. And it really touched the hearts of many people, which is why they wrote a lot of letters to the hospital and to the Scarlet the cat. Now, the third story I'm going to read is called Sammy the Seal. Now, this is written by Sid Hoff. He also writes stories about Danny and the dinosaur, and I'll probably read some of them to you over time also. Of course, these animal stories are just amazing stories about animals doing amazing things, even though we know these animals don't really talk. So this is Sammy the Seal. It was feeding time at the zoo, and all the animals were getting their food. The lions ate their meat. The elephants ate their hay. Have any of you been to a zoo recently? Actually, I went to a zoo on the 4th of July weekend. It was the Philadelphia Zoo, which is a wonderful zoo to go and visit. There were lots of very tall shade trees, so that even though it was a very warm day, you were cool because of all the trees. They have a lot of very interesting animals there, much like we're going to experience in this book. The monkeys ate their bananas, and the bears ate their honey. When it was time for the seals to be fed, Mr. Johnson took them fish. See, he's got a whole barrel full of fish there. "Hooray for fish," said the seals, and they jumped into the water after the fish. Soon the basket was empty. "That is all there is," said Mr. Johnson. "There is no more." "Thank you for the fish," said the seals. They were good, and the seals were happy. And when seals are happy, they bark a little bit like a dog, don't they? But one little seal was not happy. He sat by himself, and he looked very sad. "What's wrong, Sammy?" said Mr. Johnson. "I want to know what it is like outside the zoo," said the seal. "I want to go out and look around." He was curious. And animals get curious too, just the way we human beings do. "All right, Sammy," said Mr. Johnson. "You have been a good seal. You may go out and see for yourself." "Goodbye, Sammy," said the other seals. "Have a good time." "Goodbye," said Sammy. "Where are you going?" said the zebra. "I'm going out," said Sammy. "Well, have fun," said the hippo. Oh, look at those big teeth the hippo has. He's a big fellow. "Come back soon," said the giraffe. Sammy walked and walked and walked. He did not know what to look at first. There were so many new things for him to experience and look at. "That seal must be from out of town," said a man. Sammy looked at everything. Looks like he's looking down in a manhole right now in the street. The sign says, "Men at work." I think if I were a person walking along the street in a big city like this, I would be very surprised to see a seal walking along as well. "What street is this?" said a man. "I'm a stranger here myself," said Sammy. "I guess it's feeding time here too," said Sammy. Looks like he's looking inside of a restaurant where everybody is having dinner. "That is a lovely fur coat," said a lady. "Where did you get it?" "Oh, I was born with it," said Sammy. "I wish I could find some water. I am hot. I want to go swimming," said Sammy. "Well, we are sorry. There's no room for you in this puddle," said the birds. Yes, it's just a big watery puddle. It might work for the birds, but it's not going to work for a big seal. "And there is no room for you here," said the goldfish. They're in a goldfish, it looks like aquarium, probably in a pet shop. "Keep out," said the policeman. "You cannot swim in there." "Ah, here is a place," said Sammy. Now, where is he looking? It's like he's looking through a window. The police chased him away from the fountain. Now he's looking in a window. Oh, it's a bathroom window. "Who is in my bathtub?" said someone. I think this is the someone. Sammy managed to find a water-filled bathtub to get into. "I am sorry," said Sammy, and he left at once. At least he's polite. He doesn't stay where he's not wanted. Some children were standing in line, so Sammy got in line too. "What are we waiting for?" asked Sammy. "School, what do you think?" said a boy. "That will be fun." "I will come too," Sammy said. I think they'll have their school bags with them. The teacher was not looking as Sammy came in and sat down. The children made words with their blocks. This word says dog, and that one says cat. That's one of the things you do when you go to preschool. Spell things out with blocks. Sammy wished he could spell. "All right, children, now we will sing a song," said the teacher. The children had good voices, and they enjoyed singing. "That sounds fine," said the teacher, "but one of you is barking just like a seal. Sort of like, urf, 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 urf." That's kind of a seal sound. That would have surprised the teacher if she had not seen Sammy sitting there. "Is it you, Joey?" said the teacher. "No," said Joey, "it is not I." "Is it you, Helen?" said the teacher. "No," said Helen, "it is not I." "Is it you, Dorothy, Robert, Fred, Joan, or Agnes?" "No," said the children. "Then it must be you," said the teacher, and it looks like she has found Sammy. "I'm so sorry," says the teacher. "This school is just for boys and girls." "Oh, please let me stay," said Sammy. "I will be good." "Oh, all right, you may stay," said the teacher. She's a pretty easygoing teacher, I would say. Sammy was happy. He sat at his desk and he looked at the teacher. He learned how to read. See, he's got a book there, and that's what you do when you go to school. He learned how to write. See, he's writing his name, Sammy, right up there. And now it is time to play, said the teacher. Who wants to play a game? Oh, we do, said the children. They threw the ball over the net. The ball must not hit the ground, cried Sammy's team. Somebody must catch the ball. And that, we know, is one of the tricks that seals can do. Sammy caught the ball on his nose. It's a very talented nose to be able to catch a ball like that. A boy on the other team tried to catch the ball on his nose too. But it looks like he got bonked on the head. And the teacher said, boys need to catch the ball with their hands. Sammy tried to catch the ball with his flippers. Oh, Sammy, you seals must catch with your noses, said the teachers. Up and down went the ball from one side to the other. At last the teacher blew her whistle. Who wins, said the children. It's an even score, said the teacher. Everybody was happy. It is. It will make everybody happy for everybody to win. A bell rang and school was over. Well, will you be here tomorrow, said the children. No, said Sammy. School is fun, but I belong in the zoo. I just wanted to know what it was like outside of the zoo. Now I have to go back. Goodbye, Sammy, said the children. We will come to the zoo and see you. Oh, good, said Sammy. I would love to see you all again. Now Sammy was in a hurry to get back to the zoo. He had so much to tell the other seals. May I welcome you home, Sammy, said Mr. Johnson. I'm glad you are back. You're just in time for dinner. Ah, there's no place like home, said Sammy, as the trainers fed him some fish, because that's what he likes to eat. Now, when I was a preschool teacher, I used to read the Sid Hoff books to my students about Danny and the Dinosaur and Sammy the Seal, and they always enjoyed them, and I hope you did as well. It's a nice story. Now, before we sign off for today, I want to remind everybody about things we're still doing this summer. We're still at the height of all of our summer activities here at the Upper Chichester Library. It's not too late for students between grades K, kindergarten, and 5th grade to register for our summer reading club, which is a great way to spend some time during the summer hot months. If you read one book or you read for 60 minutes, there will be prizes for you. You can sign up for this right now. Just come to the library anytime and you can sign up to participate. And then there will be prizes given out on August 31st because that will be the end of the summer reading season for K through 5th grade. Then the other thing that I want to also remind you about is that Mr. Andrew is still at the Kingsman Park, Upper Chichester area at 10:30 on Tuesday mornings, and he tells stories and sings songs with the children as well. He has been popular here at our library, and I think the children will enjoy hearing him and singing with him in the park this summer. And that continues through every Tuesday until July the 27th. Then also on Tuesdays, we have family fun nights, either at the Upper Chi Community Center or at the Municipal Building. The next one that we're due to have is July 20th, and that would be at 6:30 as well. And it's going to be a visit from the Canine Officer Elu. And of course, he's a dog who's been trained to help with all kinds of police work. That will be at the Upper Chi Municipal Building, and that's on Fury Road. And then the 27th, the following week, will be the end of the summer ice cream social. And again, there will be ice cream, music, games, and lots of fun along with Mr. Andrew at the Upper Chi Municipal Building on Fury Road as well. So come and enjoy the summer programs that have been developed for everybody here in Upper Chi. And come to the library. We are now open 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock daily, except on Sundays. And on Saturday, the time is 10 to 2. And these books are available that I read to you. They're available here for you to take out. And you can take them out for 3 weeks and renew them for 3 more weeks if you need to do so. So I hope we'll see you here in the library. Until next time, have a nice week until I see you again. Bye-bye.